Lawsuit or no lawsuit, XRP is blooming. Also, great news for Ripple as they got major bank partnerships. And the Ripple lawsuit is soon to end in settlement. Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. Welcome back XRP Army. Let's grow the XRP Lab community by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel to stay updated at all times. Cryptocurrencies are beginning to gain traction in the mainstream. Indeed, this is a sector that is quite volatile in nature. Whether it is XRP or another cryptocurrency, there are bulls and bears on both sides of the spectrum who have frequently passionate opinions on either end of the spectrum. This is especially true in the case of XRP, which has been dubbed the most controversial of all cryptocurrencies. That is largely due to the legal difficulties that XRP and its parent firm Ripple have been facing since the year 2020. Having said that, XRP is an attractive cryptocurrency to examine regardless of the overhang. Even with lawsuit or no lawsuit, XRP is still an interesting crypto. Because XRP is a cost-effective means to conduct safe cross-border financial transactions, it is becoming more popular. This network has shown to be valuable in the past, and it has the potential to become a critical component of the future of international money transfers in the long run. Because of the situation in Russia and Ukraine, the value of XRP has been emphasized more than the worth of other tokens. XRP is a project, like many others, that is being managed by a company. Ripple is the parent firm of the XRP coin and has contributed a great deal of innovation to the cryptocurrency industry. Despite the fact that it is now mired in a legal battle, Ripple has done a few things that have gotten people attention. Among them is the decision to buy back shares that were issued during the company's $200 million fundraising round in 2019. As a result, this is a somewhat uncommon action that serves to emphasize XRP's continued growth despite its current legal struggle with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Speculators feel that this step might indicate that the case will be resolved sooner than previously anticipated. Despite an increase in the value of other cryptocurrencies over the last year, Ripple has stayed mostly unchanged. As a result of recent judicial procedures, the firm is resurrecting and relaunching. There is rising hope that Ripple will prevail in the end and that the final judgment will be in their favor. Whether the project comes to a successful finish or not, the elimination of uncertainty from the mix should be a significant positive factor. Do you think XRP will have a bullish run if the lawsuit ends? Also, according to Ripple partner bank, QNB, a successful corridor on Ripple Global Financial Network Technology, RippleNet, has been established between QNB Qatar and QNB Turkey. This has resulted in the expansion of Ripple activities across the Middle East. The bank has said that it intends to grow its presence in important remittance corridors in the near future. In October 2021, QNB introduced a cross-border remittance service created in collaboration with Ripple. Ripple already has a major presence in the Middle East and North Africa, which is home to two of the world's top 3 remittance corridors, and will expand its footprint in the area with the opening of a regional headquarters in Dubai in 2020. With PayPal, an international blockchain-based financial services technology company based in the Middle East and Africa, Ripple announced the launch of RippleNet first ever on-demand liquidity deployment in the Middle East in the latter part of 2021, marking the beginning of its first ever on-demand liquidity deployment in the Middle East. Aside from that, in the last year, Ripple announced the launch of a first-in-market on-demand liquidity corridor in Japan in conjunction with SBI Remit, as well as the acquisition of a 40% share in Tranglo in Malaysia in order to broaden the reach of its on-demand liquidity service. A recent announcement from the Ripple team said that major financial institutions, the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce and the National Bank of Australia, have joined RippleNet in order to take advantage of the increasingly popular blockchain solution for cross-border payments and settlement. The move is part of a broader cooperation between the North American and APAC banking behemoths and Israel Bank Leumi, which aims to exchange information, develop innovation strategies, and build networks with startup partners and other business partners. The partnership also increases the likelihood that these institutions would collaborate on the development of goods and services that will improve the consumer experience. The relationship is centered on the adoption of RippleNet Global Payment Network Service, which uses Ripple native stablecoin for immediate cross-border payments, through the on-demand liquidity service, in order to increase the efficiency of cross-border payments. RippleNet, which has already caught the attention of over 300 financial institutions, has signed on a number of financial institutions and money transfer firms from its current roster. By offering on-demand liquidity, RippleNet makes use of XRP to function as a bridge between two currencies, cutting operating costs and freeing capital, while also allowing users to avoid the need of pre-funding accounts on either side of the transaction. In addition, Jonathan Davey, General Manager of National Bank of Australia, said that the network provided several chances for the bank, which is one of Australia's top 4 financial institutions, to have access to world-class innovation programs and insights. And Ripple is developing a number of blockchain-based technologies that will allow cross-border money transactions between banks to be completed more quickly and at a lower cost than they are now possible. The XRP issuer has lately made major strides in Asia, despite the fact that its operations in the United States continue to suffer challenges. Also, what do you think? Will these partnerships help Ripple to replace SWIFT and other fintechs? Now, back to the lawsuit once again. The widely publicized Ripple versus the Security and Exchange Commission case in the very volatile cryptocurrency market is gathering momentum. Crypto investors are quite interested in knowing the outcome of the Ripple versus the Security and Exchange Commission lawsuit, which concerns an unregistered security claim using XRP. There are now 2 opposing camps in this lawsuit: those who support the Ripple lawsuit and those who support the Security and Exchange Commission complaint. Let's dig deep into the XRP digital asset court case. The Ripple versus the Security and Exchange Commission lawsuit began in late 2020 with a complaint from the Commission alleging that Ripple had performed an improper securities offering from one of the digital assets XRP. According to the Security and Exchange Commission complaint, XRP is referred to as a security in the cryptocurrency market and is not a cryptocurrency at all. However, the Ripple lawsuit asserts that XRP is a currency and that it is a component of the XRP digital assets. The primary goal of XRP is to facilitate cross-border payments to crypto investors for a minimal fee. In addition, the Ripple lawsuit demands that the company comply with ISO 20022, which is used to enable international banking. And even though XRP is already compatible with the new standard language. As a result, those in favor of the Ripple case point to this as a piece of compelling proof that it is a currency, rather than what is often referred to as XRP digital assets. Thus, the ultimate decision in the Ripple against the Security and Exchange Commission case has not yet been reached, and it is continuing to lag as a result of the court refusal to grant significant motions in both the Ripple and the Commission lawsuits. The Security and Exchange Commission request to dismiss Ripple fair notice defense was refused, as was Ripple motion, which claimed that there was no fair notice to demonstrate the improper coin distribution in the extremely volatile cryptocurrency market. Both motions were dismissed. However, there have been rumors that the ultimate judgment in the Ripple versus the Security and Exchange Commission lawsuit would be announced in November 2022, with no exact date being specified. Because of the significant delay in presenting evidence from the Security and Exchange Commission side. However, attorney and crypto legal expert Jeremy Hogan thinks there could soon be a settlement in the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission lawsuit against Ripple. Jeremy tweeted that, generally speaking, settlement is most likely after discovery is closed and before summary judgment briefs are filed. We are not quite finished with discovery yet, but almost, and it looks like summary judgment briefs will be filed in May or June. What do you think? Is there going to be a settlement soon? Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Kindly note that the prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only and hence should not be considered financial advice. Do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.